Okay, Earth Signs, this is your daily focus tarot for Sunday the 1st. Sorry for my long absence. The first two cards that came out, Knight of Cups. So this is, talking about steady movement forward, transformation. You'll notice he's got the angel wings made of sunflowers here. So this is growth, and he's got the halo. So this is talking about growth in terms of your spiritual and your emotional life and the movement forward. Okay. And we also have the High Priest, and this came out for water signs too, just recently, and I was telling them that I don't normally notice the Taurus insignia on this card, but there is something going on with Taurus right now, and so you should look that up. But this card is talking about guidance and institutionalized guidance and planning, like taking steps toward a particular path. And it's a path that other people have gone on before you, so they have mapped it out for you, and using that path to get where you want to go. So this is spiritual guidance, and this deck, the Druidcraft deck, it's not entirely Wiccan, nor is it entirely like Rosicrucian or Golden Dawn or any particular but for some reason I'm thinking of Golden Dawn, which is entirely up to you. But this is telling me that your focus should be on taking steps and planning your path towards transformation. And it's an emotional and spiritual path. It is not necessarily about your materialistic world or about friends or family. The second card that came out, the Three of Cups, which traditionally is about collaboration, building. In some decks, it looks like, and actually in the Druidcraft deck, if I can find it, it has three people that look like they're building the church, or they're building a religious place, which is, it's kind of struck me as odd for the Druidcraft deck. But oh no, that's not this deck. It's some other deck. Which deck am I thinking of? I can't find it right now. I'll find it, but some decks it looks like they're building a place of worship, or maybe even a bank or something like that. This deck, the Three of Cups, to me always makes me think of the Fates, the Norns, the Weird Sisters, and it has this golden veil. They're coming out of the water, so they're coming out of the primordial, and they're singing stuff to life with the breath of life. They've got the golden thread of life. You can maybe see it. I'll try and turn on a light. You can maybe kind of see it. It's not foiled here, but you can see this golden thread wrapping around them. The cord, right, that connects people and connects things and places. So they're singing this into being. They're breathing life into what is going to happen. for a clarifier, we have the Four of Wands, which also came out in either air or water for today. This is talking about, unity. It's talking about coming home. And to me, this is talking about coming home to who you are as a person, not necessarily coming home to a physical place or to a workplace. It's coming home to yourself, and on a spiritual level, on a deeper level than what you've been experiencing again. And then we have the sun. And this, the Druidcraft book talks about this little boy. He's in the sun, and then he's in the card that follows this, Rebirth. But it talks about him being the fool at a much younger age. Like, this is connected to, he went on this journey as an adult, and then he gets so far. Here's the Fool card. He takes the leap of faith, he starts his journey, and he gets so far, and then it's like he is reborn as the sun. He's got the harp, the lyre of Orpheus. And Orpheus, you can see the mound here, the burial mound. You can see he may have come out and down this path. And I haven't figured out if those are daffodils or not, but there's quite a bit of symbolism there. And he comes out down the path from the underground. He's reborn. This is springtime. This is the sun getting higher in the sky. This is a card of new beginning, as well as, abundance and luck. New life is what this card is, especially with the harp. The Druidcraft doesn't talk about this being Orpheus, but this is what I get from this card. And there are different versions of that myth. So, like, some of the versions, he does come out with Persephone, and some he doesn't. And some he comes out with not only his bride, with not only himself, his magical lyre, he also comes out with newfound gifts. And to me, that's what this card is talking about for you today. It's talking about newfound gifts in terms of who you are and who you're growing to be spiritually. It's a new path that you're focused on creating and that you're going to get. Now, the interesting thing at the bottom of the Ethereal Visions deck, we had Seven of Wands. So this is, to me, this version of the card is talking about battling yourself in terms of your ideas, your beliefs, and in particular spiritual beliefs. Like, they're stuck in the ground, and some of them are even crossing each other, so they're not necessarily I don't mean cross like in a Christian cross, but I mean they're like crossing each other, so maybe they're not even, like, they're canceling each other out. Maybe you're kind of undecided on them, or you're like, well, I believed this, but now I'm not so sure I believe it because of some of these other beliefs, or because you're growing. So you're kind of battling yourself. Sometimes to me this means practice, but in this instance it feels like you're battling yourself internally. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is talking about material things. it is talking about kind of a motherly figure and abundance in terms of material things. And maybe you're battling yourself spiritually over things that are in this world, like people or I wouldn't say houses or career, but you can be battling yourself over your career. Like maybe you feel that you're not in a career that's right for you, or you feel you're in a career that could be damaging the environment or could be harming you. And even though you make a lot of money in it, maybe you don't want to stay there. You want this new beginning of this Ace of Wands, this new growth. That's just one example. It's not, not by any means the only thing, because this is just talking about things in the material realm. So you're like fighting yourself over something in the material realm and having this new beginning, this new growth. And then we also have the Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning, but in a different way. It's a spiritual, emotional opening up. It's entering a new place. And you'll notice this Ace of Wands, the golden hand, it's gripping the wand very tightly. It's closed around the wand. It's like holding on for dear life. So like you're fighting yourself with the Seven of Wands. You're fighting yourself over your ideas, your beliefs, and it has something to do with the materialistic, and you're holding on to it tightly even though you want this new creative beginning. You want this new growth phase. And then, sorry about that, the hand opens up. It accepts the spiritual, it accepts the emotional, the flowing of the golden waters, the flowing of the abundance, your thought, your memory. It comes in. It opens this up. So now you can flow. And then underneath that we have Queen of Wands. So having the strength, having the intuition, having this abundance, this growth in terms of spirituality. And you'll notice I said that the Knight of Cups, because this struck me when I first looked at these cards. I don't always look at the bottom of the deck, but sometimes I do. You'll notice right over her heart, right over her breast. So love, nourishment, what keeps you going, your heartbeat keeps you going. It the circulation of the blood in the body, it spreads the nutrients, not just oxygen but other nutrients throughout the body. The blood is what helps those nutrients get where they need to get. So you'll notice the wings in the corner here of this card. They're like wings, but they're also like the sunflower. They're the sunflower petals. Okay. So don't hold on so tightly. Don't necessarily battle yourself, but think about like why you might be battling yourself. The other thing is at the bottom of the Druid craft, we have the Chariot, your willpower, your strength, which also harkens back to the Seven of Wands and where you're going. Like this horse, you can kind of see it through the phone. He's looking, and this other horse is looking, and this person is looking. They're all like in three different directions almost, even though the chariot is trying to go in one straight direction. And this is straight, but it's got a wheel here. The wheel spins, right? So the wheel of the boat or the ship, the King of Swords, the thinking, the cutting both ways and trying to balance it, trying to be discerning. The Two of Swords, taking your head out over indecision, being at that crossroads and asking for the knowledge, for the information to help you on your path. The Princess, or the Page of Swords, and she's finally wrapping up those thoughts. She's taking out their ability to cause damage, to sting. And then we have Strength, which, sorry, I put the cards back. Queen of Wands, she's got the Leo, the Strength, the Lion, and they're facing outwards. They're guarding her. They're protecting her. She doesn't need that strength. She has inner strength, and the strength is radiating out from her. It's coming out from her crown, from her thoughts, from her knowledge with the lotus here, and it's radiating outwards. Okay. So this Strength card, it has a boar, which boars, pigs are kind of hard to catch. Boars, you really wouldn't want to try and catch one. They're quite ferocious, especially wild ones. They could kill you. But the boar is also a symbol of Odin, which the raven's thoughts and memory, So this card is really tying into having the strength to overcome whatever is causing you to hold on so tightly, whatever is causing you to feel that you need to be holding on so tightly to things in this world and battling yourself, battling your spirituality, battling your growth, instead of opening up to it and moving forward with it. So having the strength to do that, having the strength to make the decision, to wrap up these cutting thoughts and to overcome them. And then we have the Ace of Cups in this deck too. So you got it twice, both in what is hidden from you, both in the unconscious, at the bottom of the deck. And then King of Pentacles, which, because we have Queen of Pentacles at the bottom in the other deck. But in this case, the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles is coming after, right? So that security, that abundance coming after the new beginning, after you start opening up and start flowing and stop fighting this change, fighting this harmony, this new beginning, this rebirth, that you're destined to have it anyways. So why are you fighting it? Why are you having doubts? Why are you trying to prevent your own growth? Don't do that, Let it go. There's a lesson in why you're trying to fight it, but you need to stop fighting it. You need to work on this forward momentum. That's what this focus is about. You need to work on moving forward, on growing, not on stagnating. Okay? Sorry for the long read. I'll see you tomorrow.